This segment is sponsored by MassMutual. Meet UL Guard, MassMutual Strategic Distributors' new guaranteed universal life insurance policy, helping to secure clients' financial futures and the futures of their loved ones. Explore client solutions at mmsd.massmutual.com. MassMutual Strategic Distributors, built for your business.
Well, our next segment is with Josh Lubas from MassMutual. He's the head of life and DI distribution there. Wrote an article in the most recent January-February edition of Aspire, Rediscovering the Value of Protection. Josh, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you.
We're glad to have you. Great to getting to know you through this. And your article was exceptional. I happen to be a big fan of protection and just being in the business so long and the value of that peace of mind that you get from the death benefit. But there's been some changes. Obviously, you've been at this for 20 plus years, and there's the downside of going from protection to commodity. Could you kind of talk about that and some of the historical shifts that have happened over the years?
Sure. For me, Chuck, it's the whole essence of the article, right? I've been pretty passionate about the fact I've talked about it on main stage at various meetings, and I talk about the shift that we've seen in how producers used to sit across the table, articulate the value, the importance of life and disability and protection planning in general. And they would focus on what could happen if you became too sick or hurt to work, or if you died too soon, or frankly, lived too long, right? All of those things are concerns. We see a lot of producers who put a bunch of carriers on a spreadsheet. We go with the least expensive and we say, hey, this is you're going to get $1 million of life insurance. This is the cheapest one. It's the right choice. And the question becomes, is it the right choice? It might be. Going with a very, very inexpensive term product that you can get in a matter of minutes might be phenomenal and perfect and all you need at that time. But other scenarios dictate different things.
Yeah, and meanwhile, there's been all these demographic shifts that you mentioned in the article. And what I like about this episode, doing these episodes, is we get to go deeper, the things that you were thinking about when you were writing it. Talk about what's happened with the demographic shift and how the advisors that are watching and listening to us here can really respond to the client needs for their entire lifetime related to protection.
Yeah. When I think about life insurance, right, the reality is it's a product that you could own for almost 100 years. Yeah. That's a wild thought. We actually have one of our oldest customers, right, is 104 years old. And it's amazing how long they've had their policy with us. It's something that you carry with you forever. But the reality is demographics have changed. So go back to 1900, the average life expectancy was 47 years old. 47, right? Of course people were concerned about dying. But now you start to see it, significantly higher. We're near 80 years old. We see consumers getting married older in life, buying homes older in life, settling down, having children older in life. Now, what does that mean and why is that important? At the end of the day, you need to think about what do consumers actually care about. We would go out and we'd meet with a 25 or 30-year-old and we would talk to them about, what happens if you were to die too soon and the importance of life insurance protection for themselves, their home, take care of the mortgage, protect the kids. Well, many 30-year-olds are not married, they don't have a home, and they don't have any children. So what are they concerned about? They're concerned about protecting their lifestyle. Take the journey with the consumer rather than saying, you need life insurance, you need permanent protection. Perhaps it's a disability sale first, and then you stick with that consumer. Their salary goes up, their lifestyle changes, and then a life insurance need exists, and you have the opportunity to cross-sell to them. That's creating clients for life, for me, is the dream of any producer who's out there.
I'm so glad you mentioned DI, though, because we don't talk about it enough. I have to admit, I've been in this business a long time. I know what DI stands for, right? But knowing that you...
well, you got one step. You're doing better than a lot.
But yeah, it just hasn't been a product that really has played a big role in my career. But I know that you head up the distribution for DI at your company. And just tell our audience, the advisors especially, where DI fits and how to have those conversations at a high level here.
Yeah. So Chuck, the whole reason that I love protection really started with an understanding of disability insurance. I actually started my career in disability claims. Cool. So I saw firsthand people becoming too sick or hurt to work, arguably in the most tumultuous time of their life, and they're trying to figure out how to survive. And when they were able to go to a great carrier who approved that claim and started cutting that check, everything changed. They became focused on getting healthy. They became focused on caring for their family. And then ultimately getting back to being a contributing member of society, getting back to work and meeting all their goals personally and professionally. But the reality is, what did that do? That kind of pivoted me to say, more people need to know about this. Not enough are protecting their ability to work and arguably their most valuable asset, which is their ability to earn an income. So most recently, we've entered into a partnership with MIT. In concert with them, we've created a bit of a study, and it uncovered some pretty crazy stats. So 26.3% of the respondents that we spoke with owned disability insurance. Only 25% were even slightly familiar with DI, and the majority of people who were familiar with DI got that education from their employer. So they only know about group LTD. They don't know about the gaps that exist with things like taxation and things like that. And then the scarier one is over 50% believe that there's a pretty much 0% chance that they're going to become too sick or hurt to work. Yeah. Now, when I see advancements in medical technology, I'll talk about cancer. Cancer is the one that scares me. Advancements in medical technology allow treatments to last longer, therefore people live longer. Cancer used to be a death sentence. In today's world, it's not as much anymore. So people are becoming too sick or hurt for a period of time, but ultimately getting back to work. So what used to be solved by life insurance, now you start to think about, wait a minute, if I can live with stage 4 lung cancer till I'm 85 years old, right? What and how is my life going to be impacted? And what do I do if I can't still continue to work? So that's where disability really comes into play. So something that we've really pushed, and it has been a near and dear to my heart, is getting that story out there. And we've seen a massive shift in life-focused BGAs selling disability insurance as a differentiation of their portfolio and what they're offering to the producers that they work with. So we love it on both sides. We love it for the consumer. We love it for the BGAs, and ultimately we love it for the FAs who have an opportunity to diversify their practice with a more robust portfolio.
Boy, so well said, and very cool that your career started out in disability. So mine started on the life side. And I have to tell you, your article and our conversation today has had an impact on me. I've been preaching the benefits of death benefit protection for as long as I can remember. I truly believe in it. But talking to you today, I really understand that DI protection is so important. And those stats kind of tell the story. I feel like I'm in that category that I barely know about it, right? So thank you for unveiling that for me. I'm going to become more knowledgeable thanks to you. And Josh J, it was just great getting to talk to you today. I hope we can have you back for a future segment on Off the Page. And it's been great getting to know you. Thanks for being with us today.
Love what you guys are doing for the entire industry. I'm so much gratitude from me to you. So thank you so much for the time today.
Great. We'll see you again in the future. Take care.
Sounds great. Thank you.
You can find Josh's full article on page 24 of the January-February edition of Aspire magazine for 2026. Link in the description.